Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is May 1st, 2019. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in this morning. All right, looking at the S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures are up by 9 points to 29.57.5 per contract. You're going to see the futures really caught a bid yesterday afternoon after the Apple earnings announcement. We'll cover that in just a moment. Now, earlier today, we had the hot ADP job report. And then a little bit later this afternoon at 2 p.m., we're going to have the FOMC announcement. So get ready for that. Should be a pretty interesting announcement. The Fed is not expected to move the Fed funds rate today up or down, but they could come out with a statement that says things are, they're going to be more dovish, they're going to be more hawkish. Either way, their statements will move markets, especially the gold market can move the dollar. It will move bonds and bond yields. And it also can move equity. So be prepared for that. Let's get started here with stocks in the news. We're going to start off the big one is Apple. Apple coming out with earnings last night after the closing bell. Stock closed yesterday at $200.67, now trading at $210.97. So dynamite move for Apple. This still could have upside potential. I don't see anything stopping it. Right now the trend is up, and that's really the bottom line. When I look at where Apple could go, it's probably 221. 222, somewhere there. I'm not sure that'll happen today, but nonetheless, the stock trend is up. So until we see this thing reverse, you want to stick with that trend, and Apple is higher across the board. Next up, I want to take a look at Advanced Micro Devices, ticker symbol AMD. Stock closed at $27.63. They reported earnings as well. That's trading at $28.76. So nice little uptick there for Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. Nothing I would do with it here. I'm looking at this chart, trying to find a good level. There's still a lot of resistance around the $30 area. That was a nice little double top from earlier in the month. And after that, it's all the way up to 32. So nothing I would do with it yet. We'll be looking at this one once the opening bell rings in the intraday stock chat room. Let's take a look at Amgen, AMGN, the world's largest biotech. Stock is trading at $178 a share, closed at $179.17. I don't think there's a lot of downside from here. So I know a lot of the chart, the stock has come under some real big pressure. If you take a look at the daily chart, it's been pretty weak, now trading back down to 178. I'm not sure we're going to see a whole lot of downside from where we are now, but I don't see an entry level to get into this. So we'll look at it. We'll let the chart tell us a little bit more information, and then we'll try to make an informed decision. But again, nothing to do in Amgen right now, only down about $1 or so from yesterday's close. Next up, I want to take a look at Yum Brands. Yum trading at $102 a share, closed at $104.33. I'm going to have a gap level ready to go for Yum Brands. Right off the bat here, if it trades through this $101 area, that stock will probably puncture 100, so get ready. That should be in play today. Next up, I want to take a look at CLX, which is good old Clorox. Stock is trading at $153.46, closed at $159.63. So you got a little bit of a haircut there for Clorox. I do think you have a little support around the 152 level, so we'll keep that on the radar. We'll look at it once the opening bell rings. That has been hit and pierced in the pre-market, so we're going to look at that a little closer if it does get back down to that level. Let's take a look at good old EL, which is Estee Lauder. Stock right now is trading at $179.25. Closed at $171.84. So great move there. This is overbought on every metric. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. What it means is that you need to trail your stop loss right away if you do own it. If you don't own it, leave it alone. We'll see how high it can actually go. But this is way, way overbought. Very, very extended. You got to be careful with these names. Let's take a look at TWLO, which is Twilio. Stock had earnings yesterday, closed at $137.14. Now trading at $143.75. So good pop there. This is getting to overbought conditions as well. So if you own Twilio, trail the stop loss at this point in time. Next up, I want to take a look at Akamai, AKAM. Akamai right now trading at $85.49. Great move there for the stock. I happen to think this is another stock that is way, way overbought and extended. The trend is up, so there's nothing really wrong there, but we're just way, way extended now on all time frames. So you got to be careful with it, but the trend is up. So what you do in a case like that, if you own it, you just trail the stop loss. Next up, we want to take a look at Tandem, TNDM. This has been a hot name this year. Stock right now trading at $67.55, closed at $61.41. So again, when I look at this name, nice little pop today. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of upside past the $68.5 to $69 level. But again, it's holding up pretty well. We'll look at this one once the opening bell rings, and we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look here at Zendesk. ZEN is the ticker symbol there. Stock is trading at $85 a share. Closed at closed at $87.78. I think there's still a lot of support around the $79 level. You could see yesterday in the pre-market got down to $81.50, then recovered. If it gets back down there, $79 could be interesting. We'll have to look at that one again in the intraday stock chat room. Let's take a look at CHRW. This is C.H. Robinson stock right now trading at $78 a share. It's a little oversold on the daily chart. I ultimately think it's going to go lower, so be careful with it. Maybe you get a little short-term bounce due to an oversold condition. But again, I do think the trend is down on this name. I'd be very careful with it going forward. All right, let's shift gears here a little bit. Let's go over to the gold market. Gold futures today trading lower by $3.80. So again, spot gold right now at $1,281.70 an ounce. If you take a look at the GLD, that's trading at 120.85, down from 121.20. Next up, we have crude oil down about 63 cents to $63.29 a barrel. If you don't have a crude futures chart, you can look at the USO. That's trading at $13.18. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here, short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day. Once again, if you have not done so, come on over, take that 7-day free trial to the intraday stock chat room. 2019 has been a blockbuster. Earnings season's underway. Lots of action going on. We're having a great year, so come on, join us. Trade right alongside of us. Take that 7-day free trial to the intraday stock chat room. With that being said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great session, and we'll see you a little bit later on the charts.